Another episode of Studer's Classroom A206 online. All right, we're going to be working on we're not actually going to use a simulation today. What we're actually doing today is binomial distribution. I'm skipping the simulation part, so on your notes, there'll be a lot of random numbers and talking about this, that, and the other. Really, all I want you to do is solve it straight up. So if you look, it says a lot of estimations. They'll even say at least or at most. We're going to give that stuff the miss. But for the most part, I'm just going to have you calculate what's called a binomial distribution. There's a formula for it. It's actually really simple. And I do have pulled up, I do have my permutation combination website. The link will be in the doobly-doo. So down in there, you can click on the link and go to this. And we'll specifically be looking at plugging in numbers for the number of objects and the rate which we're taking them at. In this case, it'll be the number of trials and the number of successes. But I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. So let's go back to the fun. A binomial distribution. Let me pull up my marker. Perhaps. Boom, boom. Okay. So a binomial distribution is going to be the probability of x occurring equal to NCX times the success rate to the number of successes and the failure rate to the number of failures. All right, so this is going to be NCX times P to the power of X times Q to the power of N minus X. So a couple things there. I went through and I said quite a bit. Let's go ahead and label that stuff out. First of all, N is going to be the number of trials. It's the number of times it's happening. And in this case, it's going to be 10 shots. He's taking 10 shots, so that's how many trials he's going to do. X equals the number of successes. And in this case, how many successes is he going to do? Well, he's going to make 7 shots. So they're saying, is he going to make 7 out of 10 shots? I did say we're going to ignore this at least part. If we meet back again on May 4th, I'll discuss what at least, at most, and things like that. But for the sake of this quiz, I just want to do 7 out of 10. All right. So now that I've got my 7 out of 10, what I'm going to do next is find my success rate, which is lowercase p. Success rate in this case is 78%, which is going to be 0.78. And then the failure rate is going to be the letter Q, which is the opposite of this, or the complement of it. So this is going to be 1 minus 0.78, which in this case is going to be 22%, or 0.22, and that's the number we're going to use. This is the number we're going to use here. There was 2 other things I did say. I said the number of successes was going to be 7. I also said the number of failures. So we're going to say that N minus X equals the number of failures. And the number of failures in this case is going to be 10 minus 7. Since I have 7 successes, that means I screwed up 3 times and I missed 3 shots. So the number of failures is going to be there. The math that you're going to do is going to be 10 combination 7 times your success rate of 0.78 to the power of successes, which is 7, times 0.22, that's our failure rate, to the number of failures, which in this case is going to be 3. All right. Then what you'll do is you'll pull up your handy dandy calculator, plug that fun in. We'll also use the website to get 10 combination 7. We'll plug that fun in and get our answer. As you can see, I plugged in the combination 10 combination 7. We're not looking at 604,000. We're going to look at 120 because combinations is what we're using, not permutations. Order does not matter. So we're going to take that number 120, and then we'll go over to our fun. And after we type it into the calculator, we end up with 120 for the combination, 0.78 to the power of 7 times 0.22 to the power of 3 equals 0.224444581 something, something, something. That's the answer I'm looking for. It is roughly 22.44%. So the idea here is you have a 22.44% chance of making 7 out of 10 shots if you have a 78% success rate.